Hello everyone, welcome back to my channel. If you are new, welcome. My name is Vicky and this is a pregnancy video. So I'm currently nearly 31 weeks pregnant, and I have a bit of an interesting kind of storytelling kind of video vlog for you today. I had a bit of another scare at hospital. If you follow me already you would know that, but I just thought I would come on and explain what's happened. So if you are new, like I say, welcome, and I would like you to stick around if you like what you see. So I thought quite hard about, long and hard about doing this video. It's actually my husband's idea. He said to me, you really should film this because it will be really helpful, and that's the whole reason you set up the channel in the first place, was to talk about everything pregnancy. Also, please excuse the mum bun, kind of sticking up. This was the quickest style I could have possibly have done, look. Okay, so where do I start? I'm nearly 31 weeks pregnant. This vlog started on Wednesday of this week. This is now Saturday morning. I'm really tired still, so I will just go straight into the first clip, and then I'll come back and talk to you guys in a minute. It is Wednesday, the 27th of June. It is 5 to 10 in the morning. Unfortunately, I'm going to have to go into Swindon Hospital this morning. I literally just phoned my husband and he was like, you should vlog this, definitely, because it's real life and, you know, you can put it up and people can see what it's all about. So basically, yesterday I had a bit of spotting. I wasn't worried because baby is moving absolutely fine. So much so he kept me awake last night where he was kicking me so much. So I phoned them yesterday, not in a mad panic, just kind of do I need to worry? And she said, no, it could be cervical abruption. You've got lots of blood vessels in your cervix. Have you done anything that she said, have you had sexual intercourse? I actually haven't. Sorry if the parents are watching this. And she was like, just don't worry, it's absolutely fine, but if you do get any more, because this was just when I wiped, she said if you do get any more, please phone us back. It might be TMI, but I think this might be useful to some people. Or I'm out of breath because I've been rushing around trying to get stuff. So I put a sanitary towel in because she told me to put one in, and she said if there's any on that, please phone us back. So I had some on that last night. I changed it this morning and I've still got more. So I'm not in any pain, the baby is moving fine. I'm not that worried, but when I phoned up, they were like, you've got to come in. So this time, because the last time I wasn't prepared, I've actually packed a bag just in case. It hasn't got anything for baby because I really am praying this has nothing to do with baby coming early. But I've just kind of got wash stuff and a change of clothes and stuff for me because it threw me last time and I didn't have anything. So I've packed a bag. I'm on my way to Swindon. It's going to take me about 45 minutes to get there. So I will update you when I just arrived at Swindon Hospital. Here we are. That was a good dry run for the real thing, because hopefully that is not what's happening today. So it took me 40 minutes to get here. Traffic was perfect. They told me to just go straight up to the second floor. Not sure if I'm going to be able to vlog in there, but obviously I'll update you. Hopefully I'll be back in my car within the hour and everything's fine. Feeling a little bit apprehensive now. Obviously I've had 40 minutes on my own just to think. Simon didn't come with me just because I'm pretty sure they're just going to monitor me and it's going to be fine. I know last time that wasn't the case, but he will be here as quickly as you can click your fingers if there's any problems. So I'll literally just go in and find out what's going on and then I will let him know. So there we are. I'd got to hospital, didn't know what to expect. Wasn't feeling too worried, as you can see by the vlog, and that was purely because I could feel baby move, but again we'll go back and you can see what happened. So a little update. I'm talking a bit quietly because I don't want them to hear me. It's 2:45. I've had an examination, baby is fine, but because there's been blood, they want to keep me in overnight. I've just had a steroid injection in my bum. And basically what that does is it just makes baby's lungs mature and it opens them up just in case I went into preterm labour, but they don't think I'm going to. It's just a precaution, so a bit of a shame. I asked if I could go home after I had the injection, but they want to keep me in, so I'm just waiting for a bed. So I'll update you, hopefully. Hello all, it is now Friday. I am back from the hospital. I didn't want to vlog when I was in the ward because there was other women in there and it was just not the time or the place. So I will probably catch up with you another in another vlog to tell you exactly what happened. But obviously I'm home, I'm fine, baby's still in my tummy, so that was good. It was just a precautionary thing in the end. Stayed in and had some steroids, but I'll go into detail when I next pick up the vlog when I'm not looking like this, although that shower was like the best shower ever. So I'll see you guys in a bit. So there we are, welcome back. So I'm just going to run through exactly what happened. I know it was kind of self-explanatory. So obviously you heard that I had some spotting. Now I'm going to be like totally real and honest about exactly what it was, because I really honestly hope this helps anyone else in this situation. So it was like old blood, it was like brown. And if I was to tell you a certain amount, it was like every time I wiped for a day, and then in my like pad, it was probably like that. So probably about the size of a 50p piece. I took a picture of it, showed the doctor, which is really useful. So they love that. So if you do ever have anything like that, always take a picture of it so you can show the doctor. And she was like, yeah, that's quite a lot really. So because of blood and because of the stage of my pregnancy, they obviously thought this could be a sign of early labour. And there were two things it could have been. Cervical abruption, which is what I said earlier, which is just basically a burst blood vessel because you've done something a bit hard, and it's usually caused by sex, but didn't have any sex, so it wasn't that this time. So it could have either been that, or it could be the sign of early labour. Now, as I say, they weren't too worried because they were like, have you got any cramps? Have you lost any fluid? You know, all of the usual labour signs. And I was like, no, like baby is absolutely fine. Every time they monitored him in the hospital, he was really happy. I did have lots of Braxton Hicks in the hospital, which was a bit like, and I didn't want to say anything because when you've had a baby before, you know the difference. But if I was a first time mum, I would have thought I was going into labour, because it's just a tightening of your tummy, but it's not painful, it's just a little bit uncomfortable. Because they thought it could be preterm labour, they cannot send you home. I think more to the point of them keeping me in was to cover their own backs, because if they'd have sent me home and I'd have gone into labour, I'd have had the baby and they hadn't given me the steroid injections and the baby couldn't breathe properly, it could potentially be on their back, if you know what I mean. So they gave me the first steroid injection in my bum. You then have to have one 24 hours later, but in that 24 hours they've obviously got to keep an eye on you to see if you react to the steroids, the baby reacts to the steroids. And also if you go into labour, they like to know that it's been a period of 24 hours from one bleed to the next. So obviously I had to keep checking if I was bleeding. Bled a little when they did my internal examination, but that's normal because obviously they're not very nice. But that was fine. So I begged them to go home so many times. I was like, please, can I just go home? And if anything happens, I'll come straight back in. And then like, I'll come back tomorrow and have my steroid injection. And they just really were adamant, no, you can go home because anyone can discharge themselves. But they were like, please stay in. If anything happens, you're in the best place. So all in all, it was absolutely brilliant. I had a night on Bath maternity a while back, and although the staff are fantastic, they don't have enough space. I was on a ward with people in labour, and at that stage I was potentially losing my baby, so it was a bit what's the word, insensitive, but not intentionally, but it was a bit insensitive because I had all these women in labour. Obviously got no sleep because these women were in labour. On this ward, it was brilliant. It was a 4-bay like ward, all women in there for similar reasons to me. Not the same, but like they weren't going into labour, but they were being observed for things. So it was quiet. They shut the door in the night. You couldn't really hear the babies being born. Not that it's all about me getting sleep or anything like that, but it definitely helped my experience. I managed to get 5 hours sleep, which I was really, really grateful for. Literally stayed in, had the final steroid injection at 2:30 the next day, and then I was allowed to go home. So I feel fine, but apparently a side effect of which I found out, of the steroids is insomnia. I went to bed at 11 o'clock last night, and I woke up at 4 AM and I could not get back to sleep, like no matter how hard I tried. And the worst thing was I had to stay in my room for like 2.5 hours because I didn't want to wake the children up. Just feel exhausted from the whole thing, but really, really pleased that he's staying in there. I just think, I don't know, I didn't have any of this with Oscar. Like my pregnancy with Oscar was plain sailing, no problems. I think I went into the local maternity place once to have him checked right at the end because I was like reduced movements. I think kind of everyone goes through that. But that was it. Like, I didn't worry. I wasn't, and as you can see, I'm not a massive worrier. I didn't want to put Simon out. I didn't want to take anyone with me. I was fine to go on my own. I kind of knew baby wasn't gonna come, but equally, there's so many things that can go wrong in a pregnancy that I think you can't ever be too safe. And I really am grateful for the NHS for being so caring and kind and just looking after me, like looking after all the women that are in that situation. They didn't treat you any differently to someone that was in there in labour, although you feel like you're wasting their time. But I was really treated well, and I am forever grateful for that. So I hope this video helped. I hope it helped for anyone that's possibly in the same situation. It's definitely worth getting it checked out. Don't leave it, because obviously if it was early signs of labour, I had quite a few people message me while I was in hospital, people that had gone into premature labour at the same sort of time with, you know, that it had happened. So, you know, it can happen. So get yourself to hospital if you have any concerns, and they treat you amazingly. So thank you so much for watching. And I promise to do the hauls that I've been promising you on my Instagram. I know this is actually one of the Boohoo numbers, so I'm looking forward to doing that. And I've also got some items for £10 and less with Topshop, so I'm really excited about that. And yeah, we'll just see what videos come out. Any suggestions on any videos, please let me know in the description box below. I'd love to do something that you guys want me to do. And I shall see you all in the next video. Thank you so much for watching. Bye.